friends. I'm Robin Black. I'm a lifelong student of martial arts. I just love to study martial arts and share what I find. I work as an analyst and color commentator of combat all over the world, and I love my job. My friend McDojoLife asked me to share some ideas for Technique Tuesday, and like I said, I'm a student more than I am a teacher. I had 9 professional fights, but I fought at quite a low level. I'm constantly searching to learn more about the beautiful art of combat. So today, I've enlisted the help of Duane Ludwig. Duane is a wonderful martial artist and wonderful coach. I've been studying him since he was a fighter first, and now as one of the great coaches in the world. He thinks very, very differently, and he's constantly peeling back different layers to look at movement and the body and the mind very, very differently. So let's do this. Let's train with Duane Bang Ludwig.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on, sir.
What are we doing today?
We are going to go over the timing of 2. So most people can do 2 jab cross, but now what we're going to focus on is the timing of it and the different shades of timing that happen. And with this right here is exactly how TJ was able to beat Cody Garbrandt the first time. All we did was change up the timing. So again, this drill is called the timing of 2, focusing again on 2, which is jab cross. And now what people typically do is just throw a regular jab cross, boom, boom, and there's that little full beat in there. So I want to talk about the full beat. So if we throw a regular 2 jab cross and the time between those 2 punches, let's say that's a full beat. So boom, boom, there's a full beat there.
Boom, boom. Okay.
Now what I want to do is I want to have 2 beats. I want to go jab, pull. I want to pull back in the good athletic stance, and then come back with the cross. So now it's just a delayed 2. So what I'd like to do from the top is a regular jab cross, boom, and then jab, pull.
Gotcha.
So delay. And then we're also out of the way for a counter as well. So there's a couple theories here. So if we just did a regular 2 jab cross, and then jab, pull back, keep a good athletic stance, cross. Yes.
Okay.
Now there's a couple variations on that pull, Robin. We can just lean back. So let me turn sideways. We can just leave our feet here and lean back out of the way and let maybe the overhand or the hook or head strike go by. And since the jab is the #1 punch in MMA, we're focused on that aspect right now. So if we hit, again, the regular 2, and let's say we hit them with the regular 2, now they're aware of it. Now they might think, okay, next time it comes, I'm going to counter that jab. And go ahead, just touch the jab, get out of the way, let them go ahead and try to counter. Now we come back with our own counter. So we're putting that delay in there, somewhat anticipating their counter. Now, since the regular 2, that can be a hard 2. Boom, boom, get it both solid. Now, on the jab, pull, cross, I want to just touch that jab. That's my baby. Just boom, and then get out of the way. But I'd like to get out of the way, again, with a good athletic stance. We can lean back, we can bring the back foot, or we can hop back, which is what you did the first time, and that's fine. So there's different ways you can pull. Again, you can just lean back, which is what a lot of the boxers do, and hence Mayweather does quite a bit. We can pull back with the rear foot, which is what I typically like to do, or we can pop back with both feet, depending on how committed they are with their counter and what we want to do. But for now, just to make this simple for now, let's hit the regular 2 jab cross. We'll recenter. Let's touch this jab, pull back with just the rear foot. And I like to pull back in a sprinter stance. I'm on the ball of the foot. With the counter. Boom. Yes.
Beautiful.
Now we're going to add another jab cross, but I want to throw a jab cross that's very similar to Nick and Nate Diaz, where they attack on the half beat. So going back to the topic of the beats is boom, boom, and then boom, there's a delay cross. Now I want to throw another jab cross, but I want there to be a half beat in between. Pop, pop. So almost as if the jab is pulling the cross right behind it. Okay? So yes, and just let them roll basically like a speed bag. So if you think that let's say there's a full second between the first 2 punches, boom, boom, and then there's 2 seconds here, let's now make half a second. Pop, pop. So we're changing up the rhythm and the timing of the combination. And then, pop, pop. Yes.
Do you use the sort of drumming as a reference, Sensei?
I like that. I've been doing some online private lessons with some of the students, and one of my students is an actual drummer, and he's been picking up the system really fast. So I like that correlation that you brought into the conversation as far as drumming and rhythms and beats. So if Yeah, I like that because you're a musician and you've been around musicians. So I think people who are in that field can relate to that. People who may not know the drumming, what they can think about is a basketball, maybe boom, 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 half beat, boom, boom, or maybe a boom, 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 boom,
yeah,
boom,
all
boom,
the same
boom.
concept.
It's timing of life.
Beautiful.
We're just
Yes.
playing with those concepts. So
I
again, this
love it.
is the timing of 2. So again, this concept is 2 jab cross. We throw it 3 times total. A regular 2.
What, regular 2?
Jab, pull, cross. There's the delay. Now we're going to throw a quick 2. Right behind each other. Yes. And think as if there's a string on your jab, Robin, and it's pulling your cross right behind it. So I don't want to pull the jab back and then throw the cross. I want the jab to trail the cross. Right. Yes. Beautiful. Again, just like speed back. Very nice. Now, this comes from Sensei Basrun too, jab cross. But again, he always broke down timings and rhythms. And then with Trevor Whitman, one of my main, and I don't give this guy enough love. Trevor Whitman was by far, or is by far, the most technical martial artist out there. If you can, you should get some time with him as well. He's going to be, I'll leave off some of what he's got going on, but we just did this course called The Tao of MMA. And have you seen the Fightnomics book from Reed Kuhn? Yes, okay. Yes. So in that book, he's been able to, so he broke down 2,000 fights. And he was able to determine what strikes take place, what takedowns, what jiu-jitsu takes place, okay? Now, out of all the strikes, the jab is the number 1 punch thrown. Number 2 is the haymaker. So the haymaker is not a technical punch. It's just a power shot. So since the jab is the number 1 punch thrown, you better know how to throw the jab. Now, I brought Trevor Whitman in to break down the Tao of MMA because what we did is we broke down all the material, all the basic strikes that take place, the 3 main takedowns. So in MMA, there's 3 main takedowns. You would think there'd be 100. There's 3. It's crazy. The double leg, single leg, and the body lock, the body lock, and the body lock. So there's 3 main takedowns, right? So we have the jab, 3 takedowns, and 5 submissions. But and I brought in Trevor Whitman to break down the striking from that course. And then I have TJ Dillashaw breaking down the wrestling, and then Alberto Crane breaking down the jiu-jitsu aspect. And then we brought in Sensei Rutan to give us an overall encompassing feel. Beautiful. And it's been beautiful. But my point with this is Trevor Whitman, he talked about the jab for 30 minutes. 30 minutes about the jab. And as he should, because it's the most common punch. And then now I'm bringing that into this conversation because since jab cross is very common, jab being the number 1 punch, you better know how to throw it, but also now use it as a bait and setup, which is what we're doing now, because I'm just trying to tie all this information together. So regular 2, boom, boom. Now, they might see, your opponent might think, I'm not going to let him hit me with that again. I'm going to counter the jab. So on the jab, pull, cross, we just touch that jab. Just touch, pull out of the way. Move out of the way from the counter. Let them miss, and then we counter back. Boom. So now they felt the regular boom, 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 boom. Now let's give them the pop. Let's do it. Yes.
I love it. We're just telling lies. We're telling lies.
We're telling a story. We're telling a story. And they have just different chapters and different endings. But it's up to us to read the page.
And we can change that story based on how he reads it or what he interprets, right?
Yeah. Well, see, and we're making him read our story, right? History is his story. It's our story we're laying out right now. So regular 2, boom, boom. Put a delay in there, boom. Now how about a quick 2, pop, pop. And you could take the same theory for any combination, any takedown, any submission. Play with the timing of things. And I choose to use the timing aspect for combination number 2 because, again, it's the most common combination. So I just want to make sure we take something simple and then introduce a new theory to that topic.
I love it. I love it, Sensei. I love talking to you. I love hearing the way you think. Even the little things that are little to you are very big, like stimulating of ideas to me and others like me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's why I love listening to you as well, because you do actual very thorough breakdowns, and there's pieces that you talk about that I forgot. And I'm like, oh, yeah, this guy knows his stuff. I'm proud of your work, man. You do very good. I'm happy with what you're doing, and you've come from the experience because you've actually competed before. You genuinely train. Like, you have my respect as a fellow martial artist. So no problem to do this with you.
That was the kindest thing you could ever say to me, Sensei, and I appreciate it
awesome.
immensely. Where can people train with you or see more of your work, or what else can we
So
share?
again, the Tao of MMA, we just released that course, I think 2 weeks ago, and that right now it's on Podia. It's, I think, Duane, Ludwig.podia, but we're going to run a Memorial Day sale and everything and give some people some discounted content, but the links and all that will be on my Instagram page, Bang Muay Thai, so you can always find me there. And that's really the only thing that I'm sharing right now is, as always, martial arts, right? So I've learned so much online, like from Rob Kamen's instructional videos, Sensei Basroon's instructional videos. I'm a very hands-on visual guy. So if I could see somebody do it, I can mimic it from my mirror neuron. So there's a lot of quality and intangible benefits to learning online, but there's nothing like being in person too and having that feel and that osmosis. So there's a couple areas that lack with the video display, but a lot happens from there that I could pick up on my own. It's been developing my journey and so on. So I continue to pay it back, which I've been doing since 2007 with my online courses. So it's been fun. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, well, thank you, Sensei. I really, honestly, it means a lot to me. Until I see you next time, enjoy the hostilities, my friend.
Grasshopper.
I just wanted to add a little add-on at the end, saying, sorry, Sensei, that I cut off your head, and apologizing to people who didn't get to see Duane's face for probably 60% of that. But I hope that you were able to get the ideas, not just of what he was teaching, but some of the concepts behind it. That's what I love about working with somebody and learning from somebody like Mr. Duane Ludwig, is seeing the thought process. Because if you learn something about how someone thinks, they are giving you a bigger gift than just the technique. You're seeing a thought process. You're seeing process itself. That's how we learn and that's how we grow. Thank you again, Sensei, for sharing that with us. And thank you to Rob at McDojoLife. Please follow Duane Bang Ludwig on all platforms, and please continue to follow at McDojoLife. I'm Robin Black, or at Robin Black Martial Arts. This is Pluto, and thank you guys so much for watching these. It's a real pleasure to learn from people like Duane.